Another live stream. My name's Shane Olson, if you didn't know. And today I was thinking about modeling this awesome design by Luigi, another Luigi design. So hopefully this thing is working. We'll do our weekly housekeeping stuff. Hopefully the stream's working. Oh, I gotta turn on my little, there we go. My little bars. Okay, just gonna share, public, share to a group. And share to a page. 3 shares. Done. Okay. Awesome. Hello, you guys. Hey, Neil. Hey, Mark. How's it going? Hey, Asil. Okay. Let's get rocking on this. How are you all doing today? Okay, let's start like we do every time. Now, I'm probably just going to do the bust during the stream, not the full character, so. Okay. I'm gonna get some music rolling though. I'm in the mood for some tunes. There we go. Oh, nice, Eric. Okay. So this head is pretty interesting. What Luigi did is he was just doing some design exploration, and he was doing a whole bunch of different, just different proportions, just trying out different proportions and things. And this is the one I like the most. So I'm like, hey, maybe I'll model that. Why not, right? Okay. Her head is super round, and she's got just this very, very small jaw area. Let's see what we can do about that. Sounds good, Neil. So what are you guys sculpting today? I know what I'm sculpting. What are you sculpting? Hopefully you're sculpting along with me. It's a good opportunity. Give yourself an excuse. I think maybe your head. I won't make it so shallow. That's interesting. I've been messing with my brush lately, and as soon as I hover over the geometry, it gets really big, and when in the background it's small. I don't know what I did. If you guys don't know, I do an online workshop, and I'm re-recording the workshop, and I'm calling it 2.0. And what I'm doing is I'm recording these weekly challenges, and right now we're on week 8. Is that right, Neil? I think week 8. And for these last four, maybe 3, 4, Hector, Francis, maybe 3. Anyway, I've been having these guest speakers, and the last week was props, so we're doing props, and who better to invite to come talk about props than the man himself, Paul Gabry, right? So Paul is another streamer on here, and he also is an employee of Pixologic, and he knows a thing or two about ZBrush. And so we just had a really fantastic time learning about ZBrush, learning about the new 2021.7, the brand new release that just came out, with the new knife brushes and the new staging stuff. We didn't go over that stuff too much. We're going to do another session, but we're on week 7. Okay, thanks Neil. I get lost. Can't remember. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do a mirror weld here. Whoa. I think I'm running into that same issue Paul had. Oh, maybe I'm facing the wrong direction. It would help if I'm facing forward. Oh, geez. Okay. Really, this is how I built this thing? All right. Oh, you guys liked it? Okay, awesome. Yeah, Paul is fantastic. Super energetic. You have perspective on for some reason. That might be why. Okay, I am actually going to pull the head down towards 0, 0 and scale it up, because I know that I'm going to want smaller triangles in Sculptress Pro mode, and that's based off of your scene size, so I want her head large in the scene. Hey, welcome, welcome. Okay, now let's try doing a mirror and weld and see if we get the same action. There we go. Okay. I'm just like, oh no, we have that same bug, but it's not. It's working. It's just me. User error. All right. Oh, where can I go get the replay of Paul? Yeah, you can just check your email. If you are a 3D Character Workshop student, check your email. Same link. Do you guys want to listen to what I'm listening to? I'm using Pretzel, so I won't get banned from YouTube or anything, hopefully. I could turn it on. It's pretty good. You guys hear that? It's pretty quiet, but just chillax piano music. Okay, I want to fix this. Or just me? Yeah, then you can listen to your own music, huh? Okay, I'm just going to fix this mirroring. If you ever have something like this, where you have a double line in the center and you want to fix it, you can just pull it off to one side, the right side, and then just do a mirror and weld, and it should fix that right up. Hey, what's up, Ian? How's it going, man? Hey, quick question, XYZ size. How much the size of mesh matter later on when rendering in other software? Does it matter at all? So it does, but it depends on what other software you're going to be rendering in. So um, what matters the most is the export size. So if you look at this export size down here, if you're going to be pushing it over to, say, Blender for rendering, you want this export scale to be at 1. If you're going to be pushing it over to Maya, if you're not using GoZ, then this scale size should be at 100, because that's the difference. But if you're going anywhere else, I don't have all the ratios memorized, but you can just push it over there and test it out. How'd your stream go, Ian? I'm sorry I missed it. Oh, there we go. Like, why is that not smoothing? Good old projection brush does it again. Here to talk Shane into animating a lightsaber? I don't know how to animate a lightsaber. All right, let's put a neck on there. What were you working on, Ian? Ian is another sculptor on the Pixologic live streams. He sculpts Sunday evenings. If you can catch him live, which I didn't. Oh yeah, the Demon Slayer. Right. All ace. Why, why, why are you choosing to do that to yourself? What kind of music do you listen to when you work? I usually choose one of 3 different genres depending on my mood. But one is I'll listen to movie soundtracks if I'm doing something where, like a character from a film. Sometimes I'll listen to that film soundtrack just to get me in the zone. Other times I'll listen to old 80s music because I'm an 80s kid and I like all sorts of 80s music, like new wave stuff and heavy metal stuff, classic rock stuff, a bunch of 80s stuff. Or I like the synth wave stuff of today a lot. I'll listen to alternative too. I like newer alternative stuff like Maroon 5 and all that. So all over the board. Studying how Steve Lord works in pose to get the best results. I've had lunch with Steve Lord. He's an awesome guy. He knows his anatomy inside and out, that guy. Especially animal anatomy. He sells little écorchés of animals too. They're really good. Let's see, am I missing anything? It's a little too much. Nightbot's busy tonight. Tonight. Let's reset this. got your test, Neil. Is that over on Facebook? Oops. I draw a bunch of spheres. I better switch my brush first, huh? And if you haven't seen it yet, ZBrush 2021.7 is out, and Paul Gaboury and Michael Pavlovich did an amazing demo of all the new features. You can check those out. You know, I should probably give you a link to it. Probably have it. I'll pop it in there. Here, Neil, I'll just give it to you on Facebook if you don't have it yet. Where are you? Yeah, it's being slow. Maybe because I'm streaming. There you go. If you could post that, it'd be awesome. Thank you very much. Neil's my living bot. So I just have to throw out a huge appreciation for everything Neil does. So thank you so much, Neil. Anyway, the stream is a little bit laggy, but once you get past that lag, it's good information. And the things I love about this newest release, there's a lot of things to love, but my two favorite things are the new knife brush and the staging stuff. It's really cool. I have yet to actually use the staging, but it's like if your character has a prop like a gun or a sword or something like that, you can keep it down at 0, which is where I always build my weapons and props in the center of the world, and then you can move. So then you get the benefit of symmetry, and then you can move it up and stick it in the character's hand and pop back and forth. Work on it that way. It's really powerful. Super cool stuff. Oh yeah, the bevel thing's pretty cool too. Right, Thomas. Yeah, they have to work with what they have to work with, so it's a good alternative. Yeah, right. I am actually going to replace this trim curve brush with the knife brush. I need to do it. Yeah, Justin. Love the name, by the way, just in case. That's pretty funny. Yeah, the staging stuff. It's basically like two different memorized spots, locations. Works pretty cool. Hey, how's it going? I do not have screencast keys, I'm sorry. Honestly, what I usually use is just Control Shift and Alt, unless I'm doing something specific. I don't use a lot of hotkeys. Let's see here. You know, I used to have a keyboard, on-screen keyboard, but, and Ian, I think you use one, right? You use an on-screen keyboard? just so people can see what you're typing. I don't know how helpful that is, but I felt like it just kind of took up too much real estate. So I got rid of it. All right, I'm gonna do. Has anybody said that they like it or get benefit from it? Yours is a little more compact than mine. Mine was kind of bigger. I tried to do a green screen so you could see through it and make it semi-transparent, but I felt like it was just kind of noisy. Hold on a second. Hey, Ian, could you take care of that? Do you know how to take care of that? You know what I'm talking about? Awesome. Thanks, man. Didn't know OBS had that. Just so OBS does not have it. It's kind of a basically in OBS you can share a window, and that window can be a URL. So that URL you can point to like a a web page somehow. And there are just plugins or little apps that you can use, like a keyboard app, that you can then display that window on your screen as a like an overlay kind of a thing. That's how you do it. Okay. Pinocchio. Thanks. Not sure if is your name pronounced Awanis? Awanis? Thanks for joining the stream. And what's the name of the one that you use, Ian? I'm trying to remember what I used to use. It's called what is it? Nboard or something? Onus. Okay. Thanks. This concept is another Luigi Lucarelli. I like to say his name Lucarelli. Some people call it Lucarelli, or I think it's Lucarelli. Sounds Italian, but I don't know what the origination is. I should ask him how to say it properly. You did the thing? Thank you. Ian doing the mod thing. Thanks, man. We don't need to buy no stinking followers. Ian the bouncer. UHF. Oh, I haven't seen that forever. you win. You get the fire hose. Yay! Oh, good movie. Yep. That was Kramer from Seinfeld. Do you make the close in T-pose and then pose it, or do you sculpt the model in the pose? I usually, it depends on what it is, but typically I will do the T-pose and put all the clothing on it and then pose it after that. Unless you're Ian and want to torture yourself. Sometimes I will though. Sometimes I'll do, if it's a super like involved pose with lots of cloth going on in specific ways, I'm not going to model all that cloth hanging down and then pose the character and then remodel all that cloth, you know, coming away from the character. Like you'll see a lot of anime characters have lots of hanging cloth and hair and all sorts of stuff just flowing everywhere. And if it's something like that, it would be like Ian's character. It would make a lot of sense to do all of that in pose. But typically I don't do that because most of my characters are for either games or toys, not necessarily. I want to do more collectibles, but hey George, how's it going? I was watching your stream for a little bit. It's looking good. For the live stream here, I'll probably just do the bust like I normally do, but I may end up doing the entire character because it's super simple, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Hey Chris. What do you think is the best way to go about adding skin pores on stylized characters without... honestly, Marvin, I have not added skin pores to a single character I've ever done. So but if I were to do it, what I would do is I would probably exaggerate them and make them very few, like just one or, you know, just a few on the nose, like where you see someone's pores from maybe a 3-foot distance or further, you know, like you just don't need that much detail. I would look at, it depends on what kind of, you know, what I'm trying to say. It depends on the look you're going for, because there are a lot of film characters that are stylized characters, but their textures are realistic. But it just depends on the look you're going for. So I would look up some reference and see if you can find a character that's stylized that has skin pores and go that way. But yeah. What if it's a KD? I don't know what that means. Sorry. I'm just doing the bust for the stream. Do I start with an IMM sphere? Yeah, I start with a... I typically start with a quad sphere. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna tessellate this. That's funny. Yeah, there you go. Spicer's also, he's a fantastic resource to learn this stuff. He's another streamer on here. I can't remember when he streams. And if you want to see when other streamers stream on Pixologic, this channel you're watching right now, you can go to do a Google search for ZBrush Live. Click on that link and you can go find the calendar of when everyone's streaming. Oh, Tuesday at 5. Well, there you go. Thanks, Ian. Thank you very much. Look at this little weirdness. That's a kind of a cool pattern. Right where that pole was. Weird. Yeah, Spicer likes to do semi-realistic collectibles. In the dojo. Spicer's dojo. He's hilarious. Any big news coming on the workshop? 2.0 is in session right now. We're doing live streams. Are you currently a student or no? There we go. I don't know how much I want to have those lower eyelids. You know what? I'm going to bring this back just a little bit. The new price? Currently, the price is the same as it's always been. But as soon as 2.0 is done, I'm going to be increasing the price. Because I've more than doubled the content that's in there. I would say almost tripled the content since I first launched it. So now's a great time to get in there is what I'm trying to say. Just wanted to redo this lower eyelid. Well, thanks, Ian. Yeah, if you want to become a new student, follow that link and join us. I do, but I like to keep the conversation to ZBrush because this is the ZBrush Pixologic channel. So I like to keep the conversation to this software, if that's okay. Yes, I do. Do I have any app for your course or site for easy access? So there is an app, yes. I host the course on what's called Kajabi. So Kajabi is, they host the whole thing. And they have an app, and if you download that app to your phone or, I'm not sure if it works on iPad, or tablets, but if you download it to your phone and then you log into the course through there, you can see the whole thing on your phone. But I don't really advertise that too much because if you're watching the videos, you're most likely wanting to follow along in ZBrush. And typically, most students have ZBrush up and running while they're watching the contents. Looks like an old wrinkly closed eye. Can I send a link to the app? It's just, well, you won't have access to the course. It will just give you access to the app. But it's just Kajabi. Here, I'll type it. Do a search on your app store for Kajabi, like that. But you have to purchase my course and able to access the course, is what I'm trying to say. It's not free. This might be more trouble than it's worth doing eyelids this way. I always experiment with different techniques during this live stream. Hey, how's it going, White Belt? Welcome to the stream. Just kind of cutting this in a little bit more. Okay. Thanks, Neil. You've been so stuck in realism land with my online class. I miss this fun stylized stuff so much. Well, come on, man. You got to fill your stylized bucket, as I like to call it. I usually call it my creative bucket. I got to keep it full. Because a lot of times, you know, when you're doing stuff for yourself, it's really easy. All artists have a creative bucket that they need to kind of, you know, your personality, you just need to keep it full. I visualize it like those bars on Sims, those green bars, and it says like, you know, happiness or whatever. And then us artists have like an art bar, a creativity bar, and you have to like fill them up, right? So most jobs, like once you get a job in the industry, most jobs don't fill that bucket even though they're creative. So you still end up doing your own personal art on the side. But occasionally you'll get an actual job that'll allow you to fill that creativity bucket on the job. And for me, that was working on Infinity that kept my creativity bucket pretty full. And so did these live streams, actually. Your pixel streams are so invaluable, I'd pay for those too. Then your course? Oh man, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. I do these streams. Most of my students come from these live streams because they can see how I teach. And if they like it, then they already have a preview of what it's like before even joining, you know? So the majority of my students come from these live streams. But I've been thinking about doing like a Patreon-like membership, but on my own, not through Patreon. I don't know how much interest there would be for that sort of thing. Like different tiers, you know? So I would stream live like this, or maybe not live, maybe pre-recorded, I don't know. But then do full characters, you know, start to finish. Just essentially while I'm modeling characters, just turn on the camera. Why is restream bot spam? So it's not really spamming, it's I'm streaming to 3 different locations, and the restream bot is gathering the chat from those different locations and pushing it to those other locations so everybody can see the chat. The only thing that doesn't work that way is Facebook, but it will say restream bot and then the person's name and then what they're saying. So yeah. Oh, Cricket, nice. So I should probably advertise that more, right? Also, the forum that can also be an app on your phone because it's hosted on Discourse, and so it looks like an app and you can click into it and check it out. It's Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Facebook doesn't get too much love. You'd be interested in a Patreon-like setup? Nice. I would do it with 3D printing in mind, and maybe give away the STLs for people to print at the end. That's just something I'm toying around with. And I have a whole bunch of characters lined up that I want to do. Also, George, are you still in here? I wonder if George is still in here. He's one of my students. He uses StreamYard to stream with instead of OBS. And I used that yesterday for yesterday's live stream because Paul Gabriel suggested I'd look into it. And I was very, very surprised how good that was. And I don't know if I can use StreamYard with Restream. I don't know about that, but yeah, Ian, we gotta try it out. Like it works better than like Zoom or Skype or anything like that. It's pretty. It it does have a free tier where you stream in like 720p, but the paid tier it can kind of get spendy, but it's you can stream in 1080p, but you can have guests on. So I'm also thinking about doing an acceleration program, which is live group coaching, really small groups of, and bring in more coaches. But yeah, StreamYard is perfect for that because you can bring in a lot of people, kind of like Zoom, but you can stream as well as have conversations, you know. Yeah, pretty sweet. Yeah, you like StreamYard too, George? Yeah, I was wondering. So I don't know, George, if you saw the last stream with Paul yesterday. Yeah, that was on StreamYard and it works really cool. And you can put all your branding in there and switch between cameras. It's really nice. How do you spell StreamYard? Yeah, StreamYard. Yep, that's it. It's like a little mallard duck is their logo. So let's see. Oh, I like that even more. 3D printing is what I'm trying to learn ZBrush for. So I don't know if you can, I have a couple 3D printers. Well, I have 3 of them. And I 3D print stuff like this little baby Yoda. I don't know if you can see Grogu right here. Actually, I think I made Grogu during a live stream. Let me see if I can pop this up. No. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can make this bigger. There we go. See this guy? I still need to paint his eyes black, but this is 3D printed. Yeah, I started to paint him. Yeah, he's turned out pretty good. But and then all these things on my back shelf back here, these are all 3D prints. This was printed on a Form 2, well, Form 2, Form 3, and this was on an old Envision Tech. This was on a Pegasus, I think. Yeah. So anyway, fun stuff. Give him dots with a pencil for, oh, like he's freaking out. He's got these giant black, really dark, glossy eyes. So I was actually thinking about using like Tester's lacquer paint because it's really shiny. I don't know if I'll do that or not. We'll see. Okay. Let's grab this skin tone. Isn't it crazy how lower eyelids always make your characters look tired? I'm so tired right now. Okay, let's see here. She needs a much bigger forehead. Holy cow. What am I doing? It was funny. I was up at my parents' place last night, and my nephew, I don't even know how old he is. I think he's like 6 or 7. He was hanging upside down from, we call them monkey bars here in the US, just a bar that's like a swing. And he got to where he was hanging by one leg, and he's like, "What is happening? What am I doing?" Do I play Overwatch? I do. I haven't lately, but I do. I play Junkrat, usually when I play. That's my character. I actually got the opportunity to do a skin for Overwatch. I don't even have it installed right now. That's how long it's been since I played it. did the Zenyatta baseball skin. Yeah, you can see it on my ArtStation. Oh, thanks. Neil just posted a link to it if you want to check it out. Yeah, I wish I had time to do more skins for them. I really just have time to spend all my dedicate all my time to my students. That's my full-time gig. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been great. Yeah, I love when current students pop in there. What did you render the skin in? That's actually in-game. So they Blizzard won't let me render it anywhere else. Hey Lee, how's it going? Okay, let's get some eyelashes on. Well, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Let me give her a mouth first. Doing eyelashes already? Come on. Yeah, they're pretty particular with how their characters are shown to the public. And you can always tell people that actually work for Blizzard because their characters, they allow them to do a no texture render, which is like if you look at Renaud Galland's ArtStation, you'll see a whole bunch of his. Okay, I'm gonna make her mouth pretty high up her face. Up her face. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but that is a poly group. There we go. Smile, you. No, it wasn't all done in ZBrush. I did a lot of it in ZBrush, but I also did a lot of it in Maya. Mainly the hard surface stuff. You can see the top of her head kind of peeking through here. Yeah, I was a box modeler. Hey, what's up, Scott? I was, and I guess I still am. I was a box modeler for the first 15 years of my career. So I'm used to pushing points around. Why don't I just Dynamesh the whole thing? I want more control. I'm all about, I like the non-destructive, controllable workflow. Let's see. I duplicate this. I used to use Dynamesh all the time. I still use Dynamesh if I'm going to print something and if I want to make it watertight later on, I'll Dynamesh it. That's about the only time I do anymore. How do you combine these shapes? I'll show you in a little bit when I get to that point. Am I going to rig it? No. For these live streams, I only just do busts. I try and finish something either in one or two live streams. I usually stream for about 2 hours. So they'll take me anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to do. but I don't normally take them to rigging. If anything, I'll take them to 3D printing, but not rigging. Okay, let's see. I'll join this now. I can close it. Do you think you'd get more satisfaction if they could move and do stuff? I've had an entire career of characters that have been rigged. So I worked for Disney for 10 years, and I worked on Disney Infinity. So all these characters across the top, most of them, well, all of them that I did were rigged and put into the game. And I also worked on Warhawk for Sony and like Advent Rising for Glyphix. Yeah, I've been at this for quite a long time. All right, Sane, whatever. Thanks for hanging out. Yes, it's quite satisfying when they move around. Yeah, Warhawk. Remember Warhawk, Scott? Okay, let's see. Let's see, what else did I work on? HBO Boxing. That was a game that never shipped. I worked on Toy Story 3, the game, not the movie. All right, she's clearly in the valley of the suck right now. Let's she has no teeth. Looking all Gumby. All right. Let's combine everything here. Tessimate this. Too much. Okay. I think I've been liking keeping the eyelids separate. Let's stitch this all together. So this is how I stitch it. So you pull open the gizmo, and then what I like to do is get all of the pieces a unified density. So I tessimated everything so it has like these same size squares. Yes, it has triangles too, but for the most part it has all the same size squares. And yes, I could Dynamesh it at this point, but I just like doing it this way. So then I need to center the gizmo. I'll send it home. So down here, then you reset it so it's centered. Otherwise it won't work symmetrically. And then you click on this gear and you click on remesh by union. And what that does is that will not rebuild the entire mesh. That's why I like this method more than Dynamesh. It will not rebuild everything. It will only stitch it together. So if you zoom in and look at these pieces, you can see the stitching around like the nose and the ears and where these two combine. It will also get rid of interior geometry. So I like that a lot more. And then I just click on here and say accept. And it will turn off symmetry, so you have to turn that back on, right, Neil? Okay, and now what I like to do is I can Z-remesh it at this point. I can Sculptress Pro it at this point. It just depends on what I want to do with it. So I think I'm going to just close the mouth on it and just finish sculpting on it. Yeah, test. Otherwise, if you have different densities on all of your pieces and parts, where the stitching is going to happen is not going to look very good at all. It's going to stretch and make long triangles and stuff. Okay, so but now you can see some of this, and once you do this Tessimate, you want to make sure dynamic subdivision's turned off. You don't want to subdivide it anymore, and then you can just go smooth out these intersections where they come together, like where the ear meets the head. I can smooth that out. We can turn it up, and we can Tessimate it, or we can just turn on Sculptress Pro and just go to stroke and Sculptress Pro, turn off adaptive, and just try the subdivide size. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. See, it's a little too high still. I want to match these squares, or go a little lower is fine too. See, and that will smooth out that stitch area. And like on the neck right here, I can just smooth this right out, and here I'll hide this. And it's really easy to clean all this stuff up. I'm pulling away from Dynamesh since I caught this workflow on your stream. Oh, awesome, Justin. You found, were you looking for something to be mad about? Oh, you can't see my menus up top? Oh yeah, because of the bar, the ZBrush bar. Well, it's fine because I don't visit those menus hardly at all. So chill out. All right. All right, let's close this mouth up. Her chin is too big, I can already tell. So I'm going to grab this whole thing and move it. Are you using any of the new tools such as bevel brush or last adjust? Not yet. I kind of stick to the tools I know, honestly, until I like get comfortable with anything new to work into the workflow. You know, like Sculptress Pro was new, so I adopted that workflow, but it did take me a while. She looks like a toothless hooligan. Just inflating her mouth closed. It broke your Go Z. Oh, you just have to rerun it and reset it up again. Yeah, that happens with every update. I've made stylized clouds before. Yes. It's kind of a pain in the butt, not gonna lie. Smoke in clouds and that kind of thing is really hard to make it not look like popcorn or, yeah. But it can be done. I would say the best thing to do is just to find some reference of somebody who's done it before and try and mimic that. Okay, this mouth is not working for me. We got our neck too far back is what happened. All right, Neil, do you remember the smooth? I'm trying to remember what Paul showed us yesterday, where the smooth numbers are, the smooth brush modifiers. I think it's here. Let's see, not the weighted smooth mode, stronger. There we go. 1. So if you go to this weighted smooth mode and you hold down Control, you can see. Oh, I went away from it. But you can see the different modes you can put it in. And I just want to switch it over to smooth stronger. So then it just smooths really fast, hopefully. You can also turn the Sculptress density down a little bit, and that will make it smooth quicker. Oh yeah, Yeah, I was going to say that. Thanks, Neil. That's a great way to do it. Is just smush a bunch of spheres together to get that smoke look. Okay, I don't want to get up into the mouth area with this lower density, but I do want to smooth this out. Okay. Yeah, okay, I gotta fix this. It's driving me crazy. Get some equals density going on here. Her face is just too far out there. So I want to bring it in. It's kind of tilted up too. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to take it to T-pose mesh. Let's save it first. Okay. Thanks, Neil. Okay, let's mask lasso. Oh, looks like I accidentally grabbed the eyeball. Just blurring this mask as much as I can. I guess I could use Ronnie's blur trick. There we go. That's better. Thanks, Mr. Digital. Welcome to the course. I do have to say, I'm going to throw this out there. If you just joined the course or you're thinking about joining and then you join and you're like, where is everything? 2.0 is coming soon. It's being recorded, but it's being uploaded at the same time, and we're organizing it. Neil's actually helping me out. And we're getting it all organized so it's all, you can find everything. So it's coming. If you're just joining and you're like, where's all this stuff you're talking about? You can see everything like Character Workshop 1.5, and I do professional interviews with other pros in the industry. Some of the guys on here, like Paul DC, I've done interviews with them, Mike Thompson, and they give great tips and tricks and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So let's adjust this. There we go. That's so much better. Okay. But anyway, just know that it's coming. Do not fret. And for all students that have been in there for a while, gosh, this face looks like an old lady. Gotta fix it. Push these. Let me focus for just a second and fix these eyes. Drive me crazy. And then this mouth. I think I hear one of my kids playing with Legos out there. The distinctive sound of bricks being moved around in a bucket. Okay, let's give her some definition on those lips. I'm also kind of contemplating, you know, because I've been making mouth cavities, but the hassle that I have to go through to make them and then stitch them back together. They do give a very nice cut right here, but I think I might try some alternative functions, alternative workflows. We'll have to see. Because it does take a while. Yep, future world builders. One of my boys does want to be an engineer. Maybe two of them. Not sure. So, yeah, Lego, I watched that show. One of my students is actually a Lego master and they invited me up to the studio up in Connecticut I think it's Connecticut. It's up by New York to do a before COVID, an in-live workshop for them. And that was a blast. Yeah, that's one thing I never would have expected is some of the students that have joined my course are like, I would never think that they would join my course. Like, you know, that Masked Singer show? Somebody who is in charge of making those masks for those masked singers, student of mine. No, this pinch brush is it's a special brush. You can get these brushes over on my website for free. 3dcharacterworkshop.com. It's right above my head right here. But you can go over there and get all these. So these brushes that have these weird icons that are not typical. These are brushes that I've either built and tweaked from other people's brushes, or I've started with ZBrush brushes and tweaked them to my liking and made new icons so I can actually see what they do. So you can go get them for free. Right, Cricket? Yeah. And it's like they reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, I work on that show." They had a question. I can't remember what they were asking me, but. And then there's a handful of traditional sculptors from other studios that want to learn digital sculpting, and they're a powerhouse in their own right. And it's like, what? I don't know what I have to teach you, but I'm happy to teach them the digital sculpting side of things. Hey, James. Hey, Hector, how's it going? Oh, I'm just trying to find some appeal in this sculpt. I'm having a rough time. You know, a lot of people start in, you know, wanting to be in special effects in films, and then they make their way over to other areas. Turn Sculptress Pro back on. So Hector is another awesome sculptor. I think he goes by Heck, H-E-C, on ArtStation. You guys should check out his stuff and give him a follow. He's amazing. And he was a guest speaker on one of our live trainings for the new workshop. So thanks for stopping by, Hector. How you been? Yeah, dude, you did that to yourself though, man. Oh, I gotta shout you out though for that too. And go ahead and post a link. So Hector has this amazing Patreon with some other sculptors, and he does this. Yeah, having fun working my. Yeah, that's totally on you, but got to show Hector some love. He and his team are putting out some amazing models to be printed STL style on his Patreon. But dude, yeah, post a link so we can get you more patrons so you can Make it worth your time, man. Ronin Arts, there you go. I'll give you the shout out. Oh, is Infadude awesome? Yeah, and also Hector has some really cool stuff over on ArtStation that you can buy, like base meshes and things like that. I'll give you the shameless plugs. Least I can do. All right, such a flat face. Okay, let's get some eyelash and eyebrows in here. That always changes things for the better. Already love to be a part of your community. Awesome. Yeah, I love how the community's turned out. Hector's in there. Aren't you, Hector? Haven't said much, but he's in there. Yeah, when you sign up for the course, part of the benefit is you get access to a private student-only forum where you can post your work and get feedback from your peers and sometimes myself. Come on, there you go. Split. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's in the Valley of the Suck at the moment. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? Let's just grab this brown, I guess. It's kind of a red brown. Take it darker. Oh, goodness. This one. There we go. There we go. Yeah, Hector helped us out with fur and hair because he's had a lot of experience with it. That's what I do is when I'm not the the most knowledgeable person about a subject, I've been enjoying bringing other people on that have more experience than I do with different techniques. It's been really a lot of fun. Hey, Budnia. How's it going? Give this some thickness. More. How much do you think I should charge for a grooming kit, like doing the hair on them? I have no idea. I have never done that for a living. Um, let's see. Like I know Tyler Bulliard does that. He's yeah, he's an awesome guy. You might be able to reach out to him on ArtStation. I don't know. I don't, yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Tyler and then Bolyard, I think. Bulliard. He was a groomer for Disney feature, and I believe he's at Netflix now. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, he's a cool guy in person, but I don't know how personable he is online. Sometimes the pro peeps don't really respond because they get overwhelmed with requests. So be kind, be patient, all the things. Let's see, come on. I want to cut one more edge in right here. So Hector, are you ready for next month's stuff for your Patreon? Come on, there we go. Getting it ready. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm sure you'll. I mean, if you haven't already, I'm sure you'll find your cadence, right? Get into a better flow and actually see with the people that you have working for you, like how much you can put out relatively on a good pace. What are you talking about? You have nice models come in every batch. Oh, that's cool. I'm always interested in the pinups, you know. I don't know if I like that at all. Preview of the month on it. Was on a public post, still doing some client work. You're doing client work too? Oh my gosh, man. You're a machine. Stop it. You're gonna burn yourself out. I think it's Ronin Arts. I think, yeah, go ahead and post it again if you want. New people just coming in. Hey, Robert. How are you enjoying these new updates? Yeah, staging is great, and I really like the knife. The knife brush is awesome. Do I smoke? No, I don't. Let's see. Just occasional beers. It's about where I stop. All right. Oh, thanks, Jose. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Oops. Didn't mean to turn on. Yes, I did. Dynamic. Give some thickness. Increase all. There we go. Right. I wouldn't get anything done. Do I use third-party plugins? Not really. There's one that I use a ton, which is this Easy Remesh. Love that one. You can find that over on ArtStation by Francis Martins. And one of my students is actually working on a 3D Character Workshop plugin that I use occasionally. But other than that, not really. Other than the ones that ship with ZBrush, like Dynamesh Utility. I'll use that one. Those are all official. That's about it. Hey, what's going on, A Cubed? I haven't even said snake hook yet. You're jumping the gun. I'm right in the middle of the valley of the suck with this character. James, maybe there's a one of the students has been working on it here and there, but that student has been like in and out of health issues as well, which hopefully when they get back on top, they can mess with it some more. But yeah, it's coming together pretty cool. So A Cubed, Ashley, she's another streamer here on Pixologic live streams. She makes some amazing stuff. Go check out. Oh, why is it? Oh, because dynamic is on. Dang, dynamic. Yeah. So Ashley, how are you enjoying the 2021 stuff? I thought you might like that knife brush quite a bit. Am I wrong? Yes, hopefully they will get better. They've been doing a fun, and it's just all volunteer too. I didn't ask the student to make a plugin. They're just like, oh, yeah, I see that you're using this all the time. I'll make a plugin for it. So very, very generous. Knife is letting me do whatever I want. No, right? Okay, you guys, if you don't know what this knife tool is, you got to check this out. So let's see. Let's just do this. Make a new sphere. And let's not have it brown. Brown is not the best color. Okay. So if we have this sphere, I'm going to subdivide it and delete lower. You can't use it with subdivisions, this brush, but basically, you remember this old trim curve brush, ye old trim curve brush, right? And it works by holding down Control plus Shift and dragging. And anything on the opposite side of this dotted line towards the faded side will get clipped. And then it will be, the hole will be filled, and then it will have triangles in that hole. And it will not work symmetrically, right? See, I have symmetry on, did not work symmetrically. But this new brush, it's under BK, so B for brush, K for knife, knife, you know, knife. We have this knife curve and this knife lasso, and they both work very similarly, but this knife curve works with the curve. So you can draw this curve. Hey, Sumerian, how you doing? And you can move it around with the space bar. And if you click Alt, I'm still holding down Control, but if I tap Alt once, Then it adds a curve to this. I can tap it again, adds another curve. Tap it again, another curve. If I let go, check it out. That is the new knife brush. Okay, so I'm going to show you why that's so major. Okay, if I go back to this trim curve brush and I try and do the same thing, okay, I'm going to add a curve here, one here, and back again. Watch this mess. Yucky, right? Gross caca. And it's not symmetrical. Yeah, it's just not good. Okay, so once again, B, K. Let's try the lasso this time. Samarian, I have your, I tell you, I printed this bad boy out. It doesn't have any arms on. Okay, sorry, I gotta show. So once upon a time. Yes, dude. Sometimes I do what I say. Not all the time. Sometimes I do what I say. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna show it right now. I'm showing it right now. Hold on a second. The knife demo is gonna be interrupted by showing Samarian's model that he sent to me. He's a student of mine. Big fan of Infinity, like I am, Disney Infinity. He made Thanos Infinity style, did a phenomenal job with it, and I printed it out, and I'm going to show it to you. Let's see. Hi, full screen. Check this out. Okay, actually, I'm gonna switch over to my. Let's see if I can do webcam. Wait for it. Come on, webcam, wake up. There we are. I'm a whole different view, but I got to show you this because you got to see it. Look at this. I got to get out of the shot. Come on, focus. This doesn't want to focus. So he's armless, right? There we go. And then here's one of his arms. And then here's his gauntlet. Come on, folks. There we go. Doesn't want to focus. Yeah, so he's awesome. Can't wait to get him put him together. So you can see my printers back here. This is my Form 2 and my Form 3. That's what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, and the reason I haven't glued his arms back on at all is because I'm gonna paint him up. Yeah, super great job. Okay. Oh, that's awesome, Colin. I'm glad to hear that, man. Very cool. I have more coming too, another character besides that too. Okay. Did I miss any questions? How do I turn symmetry on? Push X. Okay. So yeah, same thing. Holding down Control plus Shift. With the lasso, you can draw a lasso like this through your mesh. Let go. Look at that. Bam. And you can cut it out like this. You can cut it out like this. This is not symmetrical front to back, but I could turn it on. So awesome. And you can do sharp bits. It doesn't always give you, absolutely perfect geometry. It would probably be better if I subdivided it down even one more so we have even more dense geometry. But what you get is crazy. So one really cool thing about this, well, one thing to note, I should say, and thank you very much, by the way, Samarian. It's awesome. Sorry I botched it earlier. I'm just like, because there's so many names in my head from students and people I've worked with and just people in the industry and trying to keep those all straight and who's given me what and done what. And my ADHD brain can't hold it all. My hard drive is full. It's full of movie quotes and song lyrics. So I can't hold any more information. Okay, anyway, if what I was going to say is if you accidentally go across the symmetrical center of your object, symmetry will no longer work. So for example, let's turn on the floor so we can see the floor cutting through here. Okay, if I go right up to it and then cut back, it will work. Okay, but if I go across the center, it will only cut out of one side. So just be aware of that. That's pretty much the only limitation. But as you can see, like if I go back to the knife curve brush, you can get some super duper slick stuff out of this. And just, yeah, cutting things out. Awesome. Love it. You can turn it this way. And you don't have to, I don't have to snap it either. I can kind of turn it like this and cut through here. Oh, looks like I crossed the center line. You got to be careful. Does your course cover cutting up the model for 3D printing? It does. It does. I talk about, well, I don't talk about like articulation, but I do talk about how to make keys, and I talk about how to check your model for 3D printing before sending it over to a 3D printer. Yes. Yeah, thanks for posting that, Neil. Oh, how do I like the Form 3 compared to the Form 2? They are very, 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 very similar. Very similar. Honestly, I have yet to print anything on my Form 3, but I have Form 3 prints here. And you can see the difference, but it's minor. And but they use the exact same resin. The technology between the two is different. One uses higher technology than the other, as well as a larger build plate, so you can print larger things. And yeah, it's I like it, and it's sexier. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Form 3 is just sexier. It's really nice. Your Form 2 broke 5 times. What in the world? What have you been doing with it? I've printed a whole ton of things on it, and it hasn't even. Huh. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what. That sucks. Let's get back to this. The bed, can you just, because usually you can buy a new bed for it. It's like $100. Like are you talking about the, I'm thinking about the plate. The plate is $100. The actual thing that you put the resin in. I can't remember how much that costs, but usually those are the only two parts you need to replace, if you replace them. Okay, so let's see, where are we at? Hour and a half so far. I just got to gauge my time. Let's zoom in on this. I could do, let me see, I might want to do, I'm thinking about well, I'm looking at a bunch of stuff, but I'm thinking about making the eyes like with live booleans. What's your tips for stylized hair? I don't know. That's kind of a big question. Keep it simple, I guess, is the easiest tip I can give to you. Exaggerated simplicity. Just like stylized characters in general. Okay. Now, I did this tip for last year's ZBrush Summit, where I showed how to make eyeballs like I'm going to make right now with live boolean, utilizing live boolean. So essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some spheres and cut out the iris with the sphere using live boolean. And what that does is it makes it stay non-destructive, which is awesome. So let's see. Oh, I was going to snap this. There we go. And I don't want the irises to be that deep, so I'm going to make them shallow. Push them into the eye a little bit. Okay, and the live boolean will take on whatever color the object you're cutting it out. That was a bad sentence, but that's what it'll do. So let's do, I'm going to split unmasked points. Go down to this object, and we're going to grab this color off of this image and then fill it. See how this is now blue. So if I turn on live boolean and I change this to subtractive, it should cut out. There we go. That looks awesome. Ship it. So now you can see that the eye is cutting itself out of the eyelashes, and it looks horrible. So we're going to fix those two things. And basically how I manage live boolean objects is I like to put them in folders. So I'm going to put this one, Control F, eyes, along with this one. There we go. Now you can see it no longer is cutting out of this the eyelash. Yeah, the appeal is there. Look at that. All right, let's push. Grab this. Push it in, make it larger. And this face is really having a hard time with in the appeal factor. It's that mouth. It just looks like she's a no tooth old lady. All right. So anyway, you can kind of see how that works, how it's cutting it out. And then I can make another cylinder that's actually the pupil and cut that out as well if I wanted to. But let me fix this mouth. It's driving me crazy. Driving me crazy, mouth. Whoops. Would be better if I grabbed the correct brush. All right, I'm just going to smooth this down. Turn off live boolean for a second. Because I want to turn on sculptress. And I'm just going to nudge these mouth corners down a bit. We got to find the appeal here, and it's not here. Where are you, appeal? Can't see you. The features are so squished together that it's hard to give it any space. I was hoping Tom would show up. I'm gonna just shout, "Hey Tom, are you around?" The reason I'm like calling for Tom is because I got some harmonicas for my birthday. My wife gave me some harmonicas. Yeah. Oh yeah. And a microphone. So now I have the ability to hook it up to my amplifier. Yeah, thick skin. I haven't. There's a lot of things in ZBrush that are there for like very specific, unique cases. And there's a lot of just default normal functions that I use all the time, and I just don't have a need. But I'm sure there are people out there where those functions are just like exactly what they need to get their job done, you know? You guys talking about Neil, the link master? Anyway, harmonicas come in multiple keys. A lot of people don't know this, but a harmonica can only play in 2 keys. Like the it's going to be like the out when you're blowing out through the harmonica and when you're sucking in. They're 2 different keys. How can we show you what we're working on? Well, I don't do portfolio reviews while I'm streaming, and I usually for my students, they post their work in the student forum. So I usually don't have people send me their work. But if I have time, I'll take a look. You can send it to shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com, and I'll check it out if I have time. It's getting a little better. Not so old lady-ish. Yeah, so like a C harmonica can play in C and G. Not that you guys want to hear this. I just think it's interesting. And when you play it in C, it's called a straight harp. And when you play it in G, it's called a cross harp or blues. There you go. There's your harmonica lesson for the day. Getting there, getting there. I tread. So I have, let's see. This one, this set came with 5. You guys see this? Somebody calling me? Yes. Yeah, this set comes with 5 and it has slots for 2 more. But like, if you guys know who the Blues Traveler is, he plays these harmonicas. They're called Special 20 by Honer, and they're I like the sound of them a lot. But you'll see he'll be like oh gosh, he has like a bandolier of harmonicas, and he'll pull them out and swap different types, different keys, even during a song. You know what's interesting, Graham, is I watched this other sculptor, like a traditional sculptor, and he uses a harmonica holder to hold his webcam while he's doing traditional sculpting. Pretty interesting. Works out pretty well. I wish I could play as good as the Blues Traveler. I don't even play close to him. He's like the Jimi Hendrix of the harmonica world. Special 20? That's just the brand. It's made by Honer. Honer Special 20. Yeah, it says, it's all, like you can see it, it's all etched in the surface of it. You'll stick with guitar. What are some of the traditional sculptors you follow, recommend watching? There's one called Knot Bush, like Knott, like a knot in a tree, on Twitch. He does some fantastic stuff all the time. I mean, he's like the only one I really watch, honestly. I like some other traditional sculptors, but they don't stream. Okay, I'm gonna shrink this. How did you get into harmonicas? Well, my best friend in high school growing up, he was a fiddle player. Well, he still is a fiddle player. In a bluegrass band, and I would go hang out with him. Like, he would play at different shows and things, and I'd go hang out with him. And I always wanted to play an instrument, but I didn't know what, you know. And when I was hanging out with him, there was this guy that was like, "Hey, can I step in and play with you guys?" They were a bluegrass band, and he was a harmonica player, and he went up and played a couple songs with him, and I just fell in love with it. I was just like, "Holy crap, that's awesome!" Because I'd never heard it played that way. Because usually when you think of harmonica, you think of, like, I don't know, camp tunes, you know, like little. It just sounds totally cheesy and not good. And she's still looking like an old lady. I'm trying to figure out why. I think it's this right here. Yep, this is why. All right, Ian. Thanks, dude. And that was when I was about 14, I think. And I just practiced and got okay until, you know, got good enough with it that I was having fun with it. And I just play it as a hobby, you know. There we go. That's feeling better. To McBobby's, hey, how's it going? This is a bit sharp. Hey, comics. A little bit, sure. I don't have my mic hooked up. You guys have to check this mic out. See this microphone? Look at this thing. This is specifically built for, like, for harmonicas. And you hold it up like this. You go like this. So, yeah, really cool microphone. It's called a bullet mic. Hold on. I'll play it after over here. It's not too loud. Can you hear that? There. Yeah, on Blues Brothers, it's a lot of fun. In a jail cell. Nice. Hey, what's cool is my wife got me these harmonicas for my birthday and that microphone, and I can hook them up to this thing. It's called a Spark um, amplifier. It's meant for guitar, of course, but it has all these different effects and pedals and things built into it, so I can run my harmonica through it and make it sound awesome. Make up sound the tessellation blues. Nice. When one of my first gigs in the game industry was at a place called Sapphire. That's when I worked on uh, Zelda fighting princess game on Nintendo 64, and I wrote the Sapphire Blues. That was fun. All right, eyebrow. Here we go. It's gonna be blue, I think. Maybe not. Yep, blue. Blue eyebrows. Makes it fun. I really like bending notes. Like when when you inhale, you can make your tongue pull back in your mouth like like I don't know how to explain it very well. But when you do that while you're inhaling, you literally bend there's metal reeds inside here that make the noise, and you're literally bending the reed so it will bend down a note. And depending on how hard you bend it, you can even go like down a full note or a half note. So yeah, play us out, harmonica cat. So if you go like this, like that, that's a bend. More harmonica lessons. Okay, fill. And dynamic. Oh yeah, one of my favorite shows. Dude, actually comics, I've thought about making a course on how to play harmonica. Okay, let's see. All right, I need to grab this and pull it way down. Her eyelids are way too huge. And I feel like her eyes are too far forward and too big. So, eye adjustment time. So this is Luigi Lucarelli. You can find him on Instagram and all sorts of stuff. And Neil, if you wouldn't mind posting a link if you're still around. It's looking a little better, I guess. Oh man. Okay, let's see if I can do. I'm still not a fan of what she's looking like right now. It's gonna take a while to get her into looking appealing. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this one's given me, it's difficult, not gonna lie. Better. That's better. Okay. Hey from Barcelona, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'll probably Z-remesh this soon. It's super lumpy and messy. But at least it's a little more appealing now. Still has a ways to go. Let's see. Are you talking about this right here, Ryan? Yeah, I tried to put that in, but then from this 3/4, it just kind of made her look like old lady-ish, so. Seen the No Way Home trailer? I want to do a pumpkin bomb after seeing this week's challenge after I work on the shield from the Warcraft movie. Oh, nice. Those both sound great, James. I have not seen that trailer yet. I want to. My kids are probably out there rolling their eyes hearing me play a harmonica. Yeah, Mark, I need to kick it up like right here. You're right. Like really a lot, huh? Like that. Yes. Thanks, man. There's a lot I need to fix on this. This is one of those, I need to step back and come back to it and then look. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Maybe even more straighter. Pull that eyebrow back to match. Yeah, it's better. And lower, like from here up. I need to raise her whole nose up, this whole mouth. There's a lot I gotta do. Oh goodness. How'd I add the eyebrow in? I drew it in with the topology brush. If you want to see me do it, it's back this video will get posted on the Pixologic YouTube channel, and you can watch it back. Yeah, another pass. There's a whole bunch I need to do. But I want to like make the nose come down and then bip out just barely. Like change this like that. And then probably give her more forehead. And then pull this back. I can noodle on this forever. That's feeling better. And then I need to pull this whole thing forward. Yeah, that's helping a bit. Her face is just so like wide. Yeah. All right, guys. That's about all the time I have for today. But thanks for hanging out with me. And again, I do teach a course on how to make stylized characters online. It's called the 3D Character Workshop. If you're interested, you can go check that out. I do give away these brushes for free over there if you want these brushes and my user interface. Check those out. Yep, thanks for hanging out and asking questions. It's always a pleasure. I'll be here same time next week. Let me see. What is today? The 30th? Yep, the 6th. All right. We're good. All right, you guys. I think she'll look a lot better when she gets hair and all that stuff on her too. So, all right, guys. Thank you again. Take care. Have a wonderful week, and we will catch you. If you're a student, we'll see you on the forums. If you're not, we'll see you next Monday. All right, take care. Have a wonderful night. See ya. I gotta play this one more time. Bye.